All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Grill. Real quick, public service announcement. If you have a Publix around you, you got to hit that bakery up. They got some limited edition pastries and cookies. I tried the carrot cake cookie. Thing was on point. I love the vegan coconut cookie. That's on point. They got a mango cake and then a lemon with vanilla, a lemon vanilla frosting cake. I haven't tried that one yet, but I just bought one. So, Publix got some stuff they throwing down on. So y'all need to hop on over there and get you some and everything. You just tell them Griff sent you. They don't know me, but just tell them I sent you. Just tell them anyway I sent you. So, last night, most of y'all seen the live. Got a lot of good feedback from it. And I was just sort of talking, just checking in with y'all because I hadn't been on really in a bit and all of that. So I'm just letting people know I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. And let me get over one lane. Okay, so I decided to get over and then you decided to get over. So let me do this here. Let me get around you. Goodness. So, I talked about a lot of stuff last night. We was on about an hour. So when you get a chance, just swing over. Click, one of the just look over in the live section and take a look at it. I think you'll enjoy it and all that good stuff. So I was just thinking about something when it comes to people and doing work and business and stuff. There's a difference in working and willing to work. There's a difference in having a business and wanting to be a business owner. There's a difference. Just because you will work, you'll go to work, doesn't mean that you're willing to work. It doesn't. It doesn't mean that you really are willing to work. Because when things get tough, you back out. You don't push through. You don't try to find a resolution to whatever the concern is and problems. You're like, I'm done. And then I'm going to just try to go to another job. And then things get tough there. I'm done. So are you willing to work as much as you work? Because some people will actually go to work because they have no other choice, but they're not necessarily willing to work. And I'm not even talking about being willing to work at that job. I'm just talking about willing to work, period. There are some human beings, they're not even in the mindset to actually work. And what they want to work on doesn't always bring money in, but it brings them enjoyment. And there's nothing wrong with having enjoyment. But the question is, are you willing to work? Just like people want to have a business, they want to have a business, but they don't really want to be a business owner, meaning do the small things and the little things that are necessary. Now, some people are like, hey, I don't like this kind of stuff. Like a good friend of mine, me and her were talking today. But see, the cool part is she'll learn it. She's the type, she'll go out there and learn it. My wife, she's learned how to be a business person, a business woman. But there are a lot of people out here, a lot of guys I know, they are cool with having a business and paying the fees every year for being a business, but they're not really down with being a business owner, meaning conducting themselves as a business owner. And a lot of you aren't, because you're looking for people to still treat you and take care of you like you are W-2. You want accolades, you want ratings, you want people to give you reviews. And there's nothing wrong with reviews. I'm not talking about the Google reviews. I'm just talking about you did good on this closing. Thank you very much, and pat you on the head and make you all feel all good. If you know what you're doing and you know how to do it, you don't need nobody to tell you did a good job, because you know you did a good job. Did the document get kicked back? Did you not be able to get, okay, go ahead on, lady, because you don't know what you're doing. Because she should have waited, and she about to hit the car in front of me trying to jump me. Got to be careful. And then this dude, he don't know what he doing, got in the wrong lane. Now he about to crash. Whew, boy, these people. And then there they go. These dudes in the pickup trucks, and they act like they NASCAR. Y'all ever notice that? How folk in pickup trucks love to drive super fast, when they behind everybody, then they get in front of people and they drive slow and steady because they don't want to get a cop, get pulled over by a cop. Yeah. But the thing is this, you sometimes as a business owner, you end up looking for people to treat you like you did on the W-2, give you the same pats on the backs and, hey, you did very well. I don't look for that. If they give it to me, great. But because I know what to do and I know how to do it, and I'm willing to do a great job, and I put forth every effort to do a great job, I never need anybody's accolades or approval to say that, hey, you did a great job. All right, cool. I do get excited when it comes because I'm happy. I'm like, all right, cool. Because I'm not asking for it. That means somebody out of the genuineness of their heart, they decided, hey, let me tell Griff he's done a good job. I'm like, bet. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I'm down with that. But I'm not begging for people to always give me praise. And workers tend to do that. W-2, when you're a business owner and you're operating as a business person, you got full confidence that you know what the heck you're doing. 15B. I'm just trying to figure out which direction that I'm supposed to be going. Okay, toward Highway 165. Okay, cool. These lines are just running too tight. Okay, got to go across this bridge. So that's the thing. So a lot of people will work, but they're not necessarily willing to work. You get what I'm saying? They'll go to work because they have to. They need to feed themselves. They need to pay some bills off. They need to get away from people at their home and all that kind of stuff. But they really don't want to work. They're not really willing to work, because if you actually told them right now you got one choice to make, you either work or don't work, a lot of them, whether they get money or not, they're going to be like, they don't care about it. I don't want to work. And I understand the work environment is a little crappy, very crappy, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And then you become a business owner, and it can be difficult to be a business owner, to have a business, but you got to do what you got to do. And when you do it, then you are a business owner, because you are owning the business. You have control of the business to make it be what you need it to be for you and your family. So which one are you? Somebody who just does it because you have to, or you paid money to be a business owner, or to be in a business, or to have a business, but you really don't want to be a business owner. You just want your day job to be better than what it is. And you figure, well, if I can make a little extra money, then cool, but you're not really down for it. This is just something that you're doing because somebody told you it was low-hanging fruit. And those people tend to be people who really aren't willing to work, because if you was really willing to work, in my opinion, you will work toward trying to make things better at your current job. And if you see there's no way of making things better at your current job, then you'll make sure your skill set is straight so you can go get a better job. That's all I did. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like them. When I got to the point where I didn't want to show up to work, it's time for me to go. Time for me to bounce. Let me go somewhere else. But many of you, y'all not willing to do that, and I understand that. So that's all. I just wanted to share that with y'all. It's a thought came in my mind. Hopefully I communicated it properly. But basically, many people will go to work, but they're not really willing to work, because if you gave them a choice, they would never show up. There are people who have a business, but they really don't want to be a business owner, because to be a business owner, you got to be willing to stand alone and by yourself sometimes. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to stand by themselves. They really, really don't. They want somebody to stand for them. And that's the crazy part. In your job, you're willing to stand by yourself, but in your business, you want somebody to stand for you. All right, people, y'all have a good one. Get on over here to my appointment. Talk to y'all later. Peace.